Hi, friends. I was thinking about how we've really been digging deeper into what we already know about characters with our new read aloud. And I thought that since we're walking into this unit with a bit of strategies already around our character development tool belt, that maybe we could take a deeper look using something called signposts. You may or may not have heard your teacher talk about these, so I'm just going to briefly explain them, and then we will circle back to them as we continue with our reading this year. There are 6 of them that we can use, and we're going to focus on one of them today, so I'm going to end with that one. So we'll start down here. One signpost that authors will use is tough questions. This is that part when a character pauses to ask maybe himself or herself some really tough questions, and you're getting a glimpse of what's bothering that character the most. Plus, these questions can show you what the character is going to struggle with throughout the rest of the story. So oftentimes, if you see those tough questions, it's time for you to ask yourself, what does this make me wonder about? These questions she was asking herself make me think that can help provide a deeper understanding about your characters. Another one that we can talk about is memory moment. When an author includes a memory moment in a book, it will look like someone sharing a memory, and it's usually a memory that has something to do with what's happening at that exact moment. So it's like their memory of the past is helping explain what's happening to them right then. So the memory can certainly tell us about what's happening now and give some insight into what's maybe bothering a character or maybe motivating them, or kind of just help us understand more what's happening in the story, maybe being connected to the theme. So whenever you get to a moment where a character is having a memory moment, you want to ask yourself, why might this be important? Like you might say, this memory seems important because... Another signpost that can help us better understand a story is called again and again. This is exactly as it sounds. When you see repetition in a story, something that repeats over and over, you can bet that it's important. Sometimes, though, you might not know right away what it means. So repetition can sometimes give us insight into the setting of a story or the characters, or maybe it's a symbol for the story. So here, when you see something happening again and again, you can ask yourself why. Maybe start a sentence with, here I see, and here's the deal, 3rd grade. You may not know the answer why it's showing up over and over, but it's already helpful for you to notice that there's some part of repetition to what you're reading. Another signpost that can help us understand our stories better is called an aha moment. So this is when a character realizes or finally understands something, and you definitely want to pause here because this realization means something. So it could be showing you something about a character development or the plot's taking a new direction. So you want to ask yourself, how is this going to change things? And you might start a sentence like this. Now that this character realizes this, I think that... And that can help you understand it better, as well as words of the wiser. So this is when a wise character, probably falling in the same category as an advisor for a secondary character, often older than the main character, they share his or her understanding or insight or advice on something. You want to stop and think about that because these insights or advice usually reveal something very important about the theme. So you'll ask yourself, what's the life lesson and how is it connected to my character? So you could say the important lesson offered here is, and last but not least, the one we're going to practice working with today, contrast and contradictions. So this is when an author has a character and all of a sudden that character acts in a way that contrasts or is different with how we would expect that character to act or with how we have seen that character acting previously. When an author makes a change like that with a character, you know that the author's trying to show you something very important at that character. You must stop and ask yourself, why would the character act this way?